How did your dog survive 4th of July?
Actually, they did pretty good.
They did good? I had to hold mine for most of the night. Especially Irie, she got really scared.
Did she?
Yeah, that was her first 4th of July.
Baby.
Yeah.
My old shepherd that I used to have was terribly frightened and used to hide under the bed, the whole time. But none of the dogs I have now really seem to react all that bad to it. So I'm lucky at this particular moment.
Irie has to go see the vet on Thursday. She has an embedded toenail. Have any of your dogs ever had that?
No, I've never heard of a dog having that.
Yes, it actually grew and went into her paw.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Poor thing, they're gonna have to numb her and cut her paw. You're gonna have to keep it clean too. It's gonna be a little bit of work for you.
Oh, jeez. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, not too bad, not too bad.
It's hot like hell here. Humid.
Yeah, I've heard up in New Jersey it was 106 degrees, which is crazy. It's hotter up there than it is down here in Florida.
Huh. Yeah, it's 88 over here.
What's it there where you're at, Steve?
It is.
What was it today, rather? What was your high today?
It was in the. I don't know. I didn't even look today. I just knew it was hotter than. I used to have a boss that would say, "It's raining like a bald-headed bastard," or "It's hotter than a bald-headed bastard." Didn't mean anything. A non sequitur, but it was hotter than a bald-headed bastard today.
I watched God, there's that submarine movie I watched from 1959 with Gregory Peck and Fred Astaire, and I just watched it the other day where nuclear war destroys everybody in the world basically dies except Australia, and this one American nuclear sub goes to Australia.
On the beach.
On the beach, yeah.
Gregory Peck, right?
Gregory Peck, yeah. Really good movie. I was just, there's all the new movies, I want to say for the past 20 years, there haven't been, maybe a handful that I've actually liked, and they just seem to be getting worse, so I'm forced to go back to actually find good movies. And that one, just like the opening cinematography and everything, the use of angles, things like that, just really exceptional.
Neville Sweet wrote the novel, which I remember reading a long time ago.
Yes, they did a remake sometime in the maybe 90s or something like that. But I haven't watched that one. I ended up watching the original. So I figured for just as an experiment, I'm going to go ahead and shit on women tonight. Cut some shorts out of it and see if any of those gather some hate. Obviously I'm a misogynist, but not to the extent that I'm going to shit on tonight.
Just tell him your name is Paul Dale Roberts.
There you go.
Very good, very good.
Paul He-Man Woman Hater Roberts.
This meeting is being recorded.
So, fellas, I wasn't sure about the new name for the podcast. I figured we'd talk about that. I was thinking maybe mansplaining, or old heads, or the young ones. I don't know, maybe something sardonic or ironic. What are you guys thinking?
I don't know. I haven't even really thought about it. Steve, Zandine, what do you guys think?
guess originally I said
a one syllable word would be cool. It'd be easy. That'd probably catch
Just
easy. But
talking shit.
Talking shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Trash talk. Young people suck. How about that one?
Didn't Richard Pryor do a routine where you tell a lie and I tell a lie? You know how dudes get together and they try to one up each other?
That's a good one. Actually, that'd be a pretty good acting exercise if you were doing like an improv. That's yeah, got some pretty nasty ones, but I don't think I want to get that vulgar here.
Looks like Soul Brother's got his head in the clouds there.
Yeah, no guitar tonight though.
No guitar.
Oh.
What background are you using, man? Yeah.
Now he's
Looks like
trying to
you're on
take
the
the edge off of the heat.
Yeah, oh, now you're back in the disco
Trying to
ball.
take the edge off the heat.
Hey, Zandine, have you been watching 90 Day Fiance?
I have. Which episode are you on?
The latest one with Katie, the one who is a makeout artist.
Nah, I'm not on that one yet. Last I was with I watched like 3 or 4 of them. 90 Day Europe, 90 Day Fiance, after the Pillow Talk. So I get confused now because they're all like, you see one couple, then they switch them to the other show.
Oh man, the only thing is, if you saw Katie, you would never forget her. Phil.
Okay, Katie's with who's she with?
Okay, Phil Steve. Okay, she's with this English guy, and she's supposed to marry this English guy, but when she gets drunk, she goes through the whole bar kissing everybody.
Ugh.
Yes,
Okay.
she makes out with everybody, and then they try to respect her fiance, and they try to hold her back, and she tilts her head and she goes like this. Yeah, and then they put their hand on her mouth, and she's busy like a face hugger, and she's going licking the guy's hand. She is a nut. She's been trending. Everybody has been talking about her. She's very, very aggressive. She has no respect for her fiance. Yeah, and they call her a makeout artist.
An artist.
Yeah.
Like a germ spreader. Can you
God.
imagine with Miss Mono? I mean, can you only imagine, if you're swapping spit with every single person in the bars, like how many of them have herpes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, they didn't have shows like that when I was a kid. Heck, they wouldn't let Barbara Eaton show her navel.
But
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, that's funny. You said when that Barbie show her neighbor, well, that was unable to see that you wanted to see. But I was just thinking, and Phil, tell me what you think about this. I was just looking at, I was thinking about Flip Wilson and how he did Geraldine back in the day. He did drag back in the day.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if it was part of the humiliation ritual or the one where you had to do it or they just thought it would be funny or whatever it was, but I used to watch Flip Wilson with my mom, and I thought some people would see that and be like, okay, drag is cool, and it's not a problem, and some people might see that, like myself, when I saw it as a kid, I was just like, man, you know what, like, he can play different roles, that's really him, he's fooling that guy, that's not a real lady, he's fooling that guy, he's playing, like, I was just tripping on the novelty that, wow, he's, like in, he's playing different characters, like Eddie Murphy did in his movies where he plays the grandmother and the uncle and all that, but, Flip Wilson was, right, so, but it never occurred to me that, hey, so if somebody came and asking me, hey, would you do drag? I personally, I don't feel like I could do drag, but I know some people have done it for other reasons. So I was talking to somebody and they said, hey, look, for $1 million or whatever it is, if this is the system and you have to do it, just do it. Get your money.
You're telling me Geraldine wasn't real?
Well, the Adam's apple looked crazy and the wrist, looked really robust. So I don't know.
Well, who may have been the first one to do it on television would have been Milton Berle.
Uncle
Way
Milton.
back in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, huh? Okay, that's right. So do you think it's a tradition, a ritual, or have a, like what I mean? And I don't even know if the women would dress like that if they were dressing up. I mean, what do you think this shit is, man?
I think it was mostly just like a comedy bit. I mean,
Okay.
especially back in the old days, it was hysterical to see a dude dress up like a woman.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you heard the Cat Williams take on that whole thing?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Bill.
Yeah. So the comedian Cat Williams, and I'm just
He said, "Are you?"
this is not